we finally saw a movie that I wanted to see.
Oh boy,
as
did I ever
opposed
want to see this one.
Having to go see the movie.
With an actor that Mark doesn't like.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see this movie. And you know what, though? I saw a Jason Statham movie the other day on, I think, Netflix. And I liked the action parts. I thought that he did well.
Do you remember the name of the movie you watched?
No.
Redemption?
Oh, that might be it.
Yeah, it's been popping up on Netflix. That's why I mentioned it.
Yeah.
By the way, Jason Statham in Beekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
In case you didn't know, beekeepers are a secret underground espionage that go above governments and work on their...
Protect the hive.
It's like...
Any
it's
warrior
not MI6,
outside the government.
Yeah, those kind of stories.
Mm-hmm. I really wanted to see this. I thought I was looking forward to it.
Okay, but why were you looking forward to it?
Because I liked Nobody, right? And I like movies like that.
Where
Right?
unassuming people have these awesome skills.
Have these awesome skills, and something happens that sort of triggers them, and then they're like, okay, well, I'm going to go clean up. And I was really, really wanting to like this movie.
That sounds like you did not like this movie.
It had some decent action, but the writing was bad. Like, the storytelling was bad.
It wasn't an overly complicated plot to follow. And if, like, how long did it take you guys to realize that she was the president?
Well, we all knew she was high power or something.
I thought she was a senator or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. But as soon as they mentioned they had a secret meeting with CODIS. That's the president.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when I said, oh no, they're going to make that. And then that's exactly what they did. But in the story, he's working on this farm, and the lady who's there, they really like each other. We have two lines that tell each other how special they are to each other. And then she gets scammed on a phone with her computer gets popped up. She calls a number. They scam her charity that she runs, all this other stuff, and she commits suicide.
Yeah.
And
loses millions.
And he goes after everybody from the bottom all the way up. And this is a violent movie. They do not hide the violence in this film at all. The one thing I did like about this film is they had the talking parts, they had the story parts, and then they had action. Story part, action. Like, it was not short on action scenes in this movie.
No.
That's what I didn't like about Equalizer 3. It was like, 2 hours and 40 minutes it seemed like, and it was like him walking on stairs for 35 minutes.
10 minutes of action.
Yeah. and I like the Equalizer series, so I was really disappointed with that. But this one gave it, now this is not the Equalizer. This is not as storytelling as the Equalizer usually gives.
Storytelling was bad.
It wasn't terrific.
I don't see what the problem was.
It just wasn't
Okay, so the two cops that they put in charge and give a blank check to everyone are absolute nobodies. That would not happen.
yeah.
They didn't know any more than anyone else.
These two FBI agents are, one's the daughter of the mother.
Which she definitely would not be on the case, because that's a conflict.
Yeah. Well, they say, well,
Whatever.
they're in conflict, but, we look the other way, right? Because that's how things work in life. But, at first they uncover this little thing because they know the beekeeper. She's met the beekeeper guy, and that's how they link everything together. And then, all of a sudden, the high-ups, the second and first in charge of the FBI, are giving them blank checks to run ops and everything, and they're just two random people. You don't think they have experts that would, especially when they found out he's going after the president of the United States.
No, but everything that they had found out about the case came from her, and nobody else had any kind of clue. She put two and two and
she
two
would
and
be
two and two together.
involved, but she would not be running the ops.
Well, she seemed the best qualified.
She's qualified. She was a qualified investigator, maybe, but she was not a qualified leader of an op.
She was like a beat cop.
For this type of movie, I think you guys are looking for way too deep.
No, I laughed when I saw this, and I still went with it. I still go with it. I had to laugh at it because it's funny.
And it was also done for comedy's sake as well. It was supposed to be humorous.
Was it, though?
Did that just happen? Yes, it did.
Okay,
Like-
but was it? But was it humorous, Paul? Like, were you sitting there going, "Oh yeah"?
No, it wasn't a belly laugh, but it
No.
was a
But anyway,
chuckle.
you're not there for Jason Statham's laugh and comedy chops. You're there for his kicking people in the face chops, and he does plenty of that in this movie. Plenty of that.
Well, I thought the acting was good. I thought
You did?
the story was fine. It was just that kind of story.
Acting was subpar, with everybody except for Jason Statham. The acting was not stellar.
What? From
I
who?
didn't
Like,
find the line delivery on pretty much everybody was great. You've got these young tech guys that are riding around like these are running billion-dollar corporations. They're riding around on skateboards. Like that's how they want to portray.
He's a.
Have you ever
The
met the
president's
founder of
son.
Google? He was exactly that. He was exactly that.
The founder of Google.
Yes.
Right now,
Yes.
oh, I doubt it. Anyway, I don't know for sure, but maybe that's what they were going for. The other beekeeper that they sent in to stop the beekeeper. What's with the Mad Max like purple hair?
That was-
vibrant outfits.
To me, that was the lowest part of the film, her. Because I would have liked to seen somebody as controlled and professional
no
as
discipline.
like Statham, going after him kind of thing. Not this crazy. Now, how is she a beekeeper? Riding around with a machine gun and strapped to the back of her
Well,
Jeep.
maybe that's why he retired, because the beekeepers aren't what they used to be.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You're an apologist.
yeah.
No, I thought this was a pretty decent film.
I
and
did,
don't-
but that was the
these-
weakest part of the film to
the
me.
criticisms that you have, I think you're putting too much stress on them. This was a fun action movie that did not have a lot of flaws in it. Like, there are movies out there that we could criticize all day long because they were flawed.
No.
Yeah.
This one wasn't bad.
I wanted a better action movie.
I knew this was exactly what it was going to be. This was along the line of Cranks and the Transporter series. This is exactly what I expected from this movie, and I'm perfectly satisfied with the movie. Would I have changed a couple little things? Yeah, but I still enjoyed the movie.
It was like I'm gonna give it a 7 because I'm not disappointed that I paid to see it, but I wanted something more. I wanted something more from it, and I didn't get it.
See, the hint that you wouldn't get anything more was that it comes out in January. that was the
true.
clue that this is what you're going to get.
Maybe.
That's why the next review you see of Mean Girls came out in January. And I saw it.
Lucky you.
Napoleon was in Bill and Ted.
It's not a war movie.
Well, listen, there was a war taking place
No.
when Bill and Ted took
Not a war
Napoleon
movie.